What up? It's the girl, and in this video, we're going to discuss forgiveness and choosing between a miracle and a grievance, and spoiler, why it's important to choose the miracle, and we're going to have some fun while we do it. This is Galvanized Awakening. I go by the girl. I'm here to help support and encourage you on your spiritual journey. Forgiveness. Sometimes it can feel easier said than done. Today we're going to talk about how every opportunity to forgive presents you with the choice between a miracle and a grievance. Now, when I say miracle, I don't mean it in the common way that you're familiar. Currently, I'm a student of A Course in Miracles, which is a self-guided spiritual teaching that helps reshape the way that you think. In the course, a miracle means to shift your perspective from fear to love, from a fear-based ego perspective to one that's aligned with your true being of love, light, and peace. Forgiveness is the miracle, which is the key to salvation for everyone. Whenever we feel like we've been wronged or mistreated, we're presented with the choice between a miracle or a grievance. Before I get carried away, let's start with discussing what exactly is a grievance. A grievance is a real or imaginary wrong regarded as cause for complaint or resentment. A feeling of resentment or hostility arising from a sense of having been wronged or mistreated. Let's break this down a bit. So a grievance is a perceived wrong. Keep in mind, could be imaginary, that is committed by someone or something outside of yourself. A wrong that your mind justifies is worthy of complaint and resentment. So a grievance essentially says, you did something wrong to me and I'm rightfully upset about it. If someone else spoke differently or acted differently, some external factor were different, I would be able to be in a state of peace. So the source of your peace is constantly perceived as being outside of yourself. The issue with this perspective is that you don't have any control over outside sources. The only thing that you have control over is yourself. Let's say, for the sake of argument, it is justified. It wasn't imaginary. You are absolutely justified. They done wronged you wrong. Really wrong. What do you get from being right? More resentment, more anger, more inner turmoil. There's literally no end to a grievance, which can also explain why some people hold lifetime grudges. The plan is to just keep being mad about it. That's it. By choosing to hold on to this grievance, you cut yourself off from receiving the positive impulses that the universe is trying to send your way. Besides the obvious fact that you're ruining your own inner peace. Your mind is too busy being angry to hear the voice of God inside of you, telling you to move on to the next positive thing He has in store for you. The best way that I can describe this is from my own personal experience. Like I mentioned, I'm currently a student of A Course in Miracles. The course takes a full year to complete. I'm only on month 3. I don't have all the answers, but I know what I know. I too am working on my personal and spiritual growth. In the course, there is a workbook section where you're given a lesson for each day and you're meant to meditate on the lesson for the day and also practice it. One day, I was on lesson 68, which states, "Love holds no grievances." The universe blessed me with an opportunity to practice it on that very day. Put your money where your mouth is, girl. There's no need to get into specifics. All that matters is I felt wronged, really wronged, by a really good friend of mine. I was hot. Woo! I was mad, boy. And I felt completely justified in my wrongedness. We done talked about this before. I done expressed myself regarding this situation before. Why are we here again? I was pissed. Definitely ruined my state of inner peace. I got into my car, tight, mad, was ready to pull off, and then I remembered love holds no grievances. So I turned my car off. I said, Salita, this is something you need to work through now, in this moment. I can't drive off being in the state that I'm in. I don't like it. I like being happy. I like feeling peaceful. This need not be. This is a person that I love. In this moment, it's hard for me to understand why I'm even still friends with them. If I'm being honest, that's how I felt. I made the decision to sit there for as long as it took until I got myself back into a state of peace and no longer had a grievance towards this person. So I prayed. I said, God, please help me to remember times where I felt love for this person, times that I genuinely appreciated having them in my life, times where there's been a mutual reciprocation of love. Help me remember, because in this moment, it's hard for me to. So I sat there and I waited. I suddenly got one thought, which trickled into another one, trickled into another one. Suddenly, I could remember many a beautiful time that we've shared together and where I've felt love from this person and I felt appreciation from them and towards them. Love holds no grievances. I went from having all of these negative thoughts and emotions towards this person to feeling so much love for them. I was like, you did it. Congratulations, girl. Instead of sitting there all screwed faced, I'm now sitting there chuckling and smiling to myself. Once I realized I did it. Mission accomplished. Get it, girl. Love over grievance, baby. As soon as I realized I was back in alignment, I had this impulse. You should go to that bar and get a drink. I was like, my inner being knows me very well. But instead of going to that bar, I went to this bar, the bar that was closest to me, because all bars got drinks, right? When I got to this bar, I still had that feeling like, this isn't where you're supposed to be. I told you to go to that bar. Truth be told, I thought I was going to run into my friend at that bar. I was like, universe is setting me up. Oh, you want me to run into them and like hug it out. You want me to see them and hug it out. Fine, I'll go to that bar. As soon as I got there, I met such a wonderful person instantly. Our energies were perfectly aligned. We were in sync. I had the most delightful time talking to this person for hours. I spent hours talking to this person. One topic leading into the next, into the next, into the next. No awkward silences or pauses. Just naturally flowing positive energy. Effortlessly. We genuinely enjoyed each other's company for hours. I lost track of time. It got late. We were both so engulfed in enjoying each other's company and presence and conversation. Now, could this beautiful interaction have happened if I stayed in that state of holding the grievance? Doubtful. I was ready to pull off. I was hot. I wasn't trying to go nowhere else. I was ready to go home and be mad. We cut ourselves off from receiving those impulses of positive experiences when we choose to stay attached to our ego and our emotions. By correcting the way that I thought about the situation and the person in that moment allowed for me to get back into alignment and back into a state where I was able to hear the impulse for the next positive experience for me. To some people, a pleasant interaction with a stranger is no big deal. Nothing to write home about. I see the beauty in those kinds of interactions. Was it as impactful for the other party? I don't know. maybe not. Maybe something from a conversation we had is gonna click in a couple of years. Maybe something that I said during our conversation is going to reemerge in their experience in 2, 3, 5 years from now. And they'll be like, I feel like I heard something like that somewhere before. I don't know. But what I do know is that by letting go of that grievance and choosing to correct my thoughts and think from the perspective of love instead of fear allowed me to experience the divinely guided impulse that led to a beautiful experience. Final words from the girl. I was fortunate enough to have a specific experience that allowed me to realize the importance of choosing a miracle over a grievance. When we hold on to a grievance, not only are we causing ourselves a lack of inner peace, but we're also cutting ourselves off from experiencing that inner guidance towards the next positive outcome that is trying to flow to us. Making the choice to shift our perspective to one of love instead of fear and grievances is how we're able to stay in alignment with the universe. Holding on to resentment is entirely ego-based. So it leaves you feeling in a state of powerlessness and anger, which is the opposite of your spirit. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 says, "Your spirit is made of power and love and discipline." So I ask, would you rather have a miracle or a grievance? Before you head out, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share it with a friend. If you're vibing with the content that I deliver, I'm here to help support and encourage you on your spiritual journey. With that being said, it's the girl. It's the girl.